Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be the books that I read in November. I didn't do that great. I think this happens to me every year. I do pretty well through the month of October, and then I get a little bit burnt out in November. And then I feel like November being as early as it was this year in November threw me off. And then after Thanksgiving, I went to visit a friend out of state for a couple days. And so I spent some time gearing up for that trip and packing and making sure my kids had plenty of food so they wouldn't starve to death while I was gone. So I really feel like the second half of the month was a bust for me. But anyway, I still want to talk about the books that I did get through in the month of November, and let's just do it. So the first one I picked up is The Witch of Willow Hall by Hester Fox. I've been seeing this go around on a couple channels that I follow on YouTube. This one is historical fiction set in, I want to say, Massachusetts, Boston, New England, somewhere up there. And it's mainly about a girl who is a descendant of the original Salem witch trial witches and her discovery of powers, and there's a romance. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Pride and Prejudice with, does he like me? He doesn't like me. I like him. Maybe I don't like him. This back and forth kind of thing, which I'm not a fan of. There was some magic. There's the historical elements. There was a zombie, for better lack of the word. And then this kind of odd love story that was thrown in there. So all in all, I'm not really sure what I think of this book. I think I might give it 3 stars because it was entertaining. I did enjoy the story, but it just wasn't my favorite. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with 3 stars for this one. The next book I finished was one that I think I started it in August or September, but for whatever reason, I put it down to pick up other stuff, or I got sidetracked, I don't know, but I finished it in November, and that is Cold Moon Over Babylon by Michael McDowell. And wow, I love this book. This book was so good. If you are a horror fan, I definitely would recommend this book. It's basically a revenge story, a ghost story that's set in the swampy areas of Florida. It's really sad. There are some just really depressing parts of this book. I absolutely adored the family that this book is about. I loved them as a family. I loved their characters, and they went through some really horrific things, and my heart just broke for them. The villain of the book was so horrible, but so well done. This book just caused so many emotions. There was love and grief and hate and everything. I don't want to tell you too much about the story. I don't want to give anything away, but it was absolutely fantastic and one of the best things that I've read all year. The next one is one that I listened to through my library app, and that is The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis. That's the first book in the Chronicles of Narnia series. I saw the movie Narnia many years ago when it first came out, but I've never read any of the books, and the story Narnia, where The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, is set in a wintry land, as far as I can remember. And so I was wanting to read those stories because Christmas was coming and I felt like it would just be a good wintry read. So I started with The Magician's Nephew, and I absolutely adored it. It was so whimsical and so cute and adventurous. I loved the characters in it. I started The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe in November, but I only got a tiny bit in. I'm going to be finishing that this month. It reminded me how I felt when I was reading the Harry Potter books forever ago. That just childhood wonder kind of feeling. So yeah, if you like adventure stories involving kids and magic and fantastical places and beings, I would really recommend that book. So yeah, the last book that I started, and sadly I did not finish, and this is the first time I have not finished a book for Cammie's harrowing horror book club that she does every month, and I'm kind of distraught about it, but I started reading The Totem by David Morrell. This was the pick for the month of November. I think I got about 100 pages in. I think I marked it. Yeah. Oh, there we go. 112 pages I got in, and this was kind of a big book. It was over 400 pages. But I had to order this book from like a used dealer on Amazon, and I didn't get it until about the middle of the month, and that's when like the Thanksgiving stuff was going on and my trip was coming up, and so I didn't get very far into this. I packed it and took it on my trip with the intentions of reading it on the plane and maybe in the hotel at night. But once I got up in the air, I discovered I cannot read on a plane. It makes me sick. So I wasn't able to read at all. And then I couldn't even read in the airport. I was going to try to read while I was waiting, you know, in between flights and stuff. But I'm so highly distractible that all the stuff going on around me, I just couldn't pay attention to the book. So yeah, I did not finish this. I did enjoy the part that I read. From what I read, I'm going to assume this is like maybe like a virus kind of story, or maybe a plague type thing. There was some cows that were eaten in weird ways in the beginning of the book, and but yeah, that's all I know about it. I really don't know the whole story. I don't think I'm gonna finish this month because I'm reading so many Christmassy type books through December, and this really is not a Christmassy type book. So I might pick this back up in January and actually finish it. But yeah, I feel awful I didn't get to finish this one. So yeah, I hope you all had a great month of November yourselves, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.